Hey, welcome to One Last Hand. It's me, Scott. We're about to take a look at how to play Dragon Eclipse. We're going to be using this guide here. This is the first start guide in the core set. It's going to talk us through the adventure. So in theory, it's going to take us an hour and a half or so, maybe more like 2 hours. This guide will walk you through the first scenario of the game and introduce you to the adventure rules critical to play the game and offer a first combat guide implemented in the first scenario. You can play the first journey both solo and with 2 players. Start by reading the adventure rules, then follow the instructions below. It's just going to be me playing, and we have the adventure rules section here. You must learn a few adventure rules before starting the first scenario. Read all the rules below, pages 3 to 9, and follow the instructions at the end of this section. Introduction. 1,000 years ago, a great catastrophe shook the world, nearly destroying human civilization. The few remaining texts from those times tell dreadful stories of large-scale floods, seas withered, and hills suddenly surging upwards. All the sources mention ubiquitous darkness. The 2 moons obscured the sun and cast a deep shadow on the world. But the world prevailed thanks to the dragon guardians who repelled the darkness and restored balance to nature. Or at least this is what the legends say when they describe the omnipotent dragons soaring the dark skies and fighting off waves of evil, whatever that evil was. Humanity survived and eventually rebounded. Soon some became interested in Mistlings, creatures having the ability to affect elements, and discovered that with a bit of trust and respect, a bond could be formed, with them. This bond allows them to cooperate with the creatures and use their abilities to benefit both sides. These peoples were named Tamers. Sorry, that's my printer in the background. Human ingenuity and Mistling's talent to harness elements began to bear fruit. Villages and cities soon sprouted and flourished, and new clever machines and installations began to crop up to ease the hardships of life. Now, hundreds of years later, an unpopular group of astronomers, portend another twin eclipse. According to their calculations, both moons will line up with the sun, which will lead to another epochal catastrophe. But most people don't look up to the sky when the ground is still full of wonders and mysteries. They ignore the worrying predictions and carry on with their daily routines. Are the astronomers right? Surely not. Life is peaceful, and it should just remain that way. In Dragon Eclipse, you'll take the role of a trainer, befriending and training Mistlings. Dragon Eclipse is a cooperative scenario game for 1 or 2 players. Dragon Eclipse is designed each scenario to take 2 to 2.5 hours of playtime and is divided into 2 interconnected parts, adventure and combat. During the adventure part of the game, you explore the world, visit different locations, make impactful decisions, and progress the story. During the combat part of the game, you encounter other Mistlings, fight against them, and tame them. These scenarios until the adventure journal informs you at the end, it ends. While there is no way of losing a scenario, your decisions and failures, as well as wins, influence the story and outcome of the campaign. This rulebook is written for solo player. 2-player exceptions are marked with the icon. Okay. Each game session is divided into 3 stages: before the scenario, playing the scenario, and after the scenario. Since you don't need to learn the before scenario and after scenario rule yet, this booklet will focus on the playing the scenario stage. Playing the scenario. The main stage of the game, in which you explore the location maps, mark various story choices, and fight and tame Mistlings, is divided into 2 interconnected parts, adventure and combat. The adventure journal guides you through the whole scenario and tells you when your adventure or combat starts. The scenario ends when you reach a sentence: "Congratulations, you've reached the end of this scenario." Adventures immerse you in the adventure journal, uncovering the narrative and thrilling adventures. You will make choices presented by the adventure journal and exploring location maps. Adventure journal. The adventure journal is a book that contains the story as well as all of the instructions that will guide you through the adventure. The adventure journal consists of scenarios, each designed designated by a unique letter. Each scenario contains scripts identified by their unique number and letter corresponding to the scenario. For example, all scripts for the first scenario have the letter A before them. There are 2 common adventure journal instructions that guide you to go from one to the other. Go to X or choose one. Okay. We're on to the next page. Decision token is single player. We don't need to worry about that. Status and sheet tokens. The game tracks your progress with the status sheet. I've got one of those in the box. In fact, let's open this up right now and tuck this out of the way. We can remove these things. I don't think we need those right now. We tuck these in here because if you haven't seen the unboxing video, we did all of the expansions, which is the Young Luminesca and the expansion setup, the Perilous Seas. We've also tucked the No Mistlings Left Behind. We can open this up. This, I think, is what forms our world map. So we'll take this out. This is going to be where we put our cards. We'll tuck this over here because we might need that a little bit later. And these are the status sheets, so you can see those here. Hopefully we can zoom in a little bit here. And it will just show you where we're going to be marking off when we unlock certain things. So we'll take one of those and we'll take the other 2 and tuck them out of the way. Okay. The game tracks your progress with the status sheets. Each part of the specific status may only be gained once during the game. When a status is marked, you are considered to have that status. Don't know why I keep calling it status. Gain the Y part and X part status. Take the status sheet and mark the corresponding part of it, i.e. gain empathy part 2. Okay, so if we were to gain empathy part 2, we'd look down here for empathy and we'd mark it off. Okay. The game also tracks your decisions by placing tokens in front of you on your location map. You cannot spend or discard these tokens on your own. The game checks if you have a specific token in front of you. Place token X in front of you. Place the mentioned component in front of you to specify face up. Place token X in slot Y. Place a token in the correct location. The Adventure Journal often checks if you have a status, if there is a token in front of you, or you have a certain secret. If you have an we won't need to read that, we'll come back to that if we need to. That's basically saying if you have an example, the example part 6 status, you don't have to have the example part 6 status. It's just telling us what to do. If we got that, it's pretty self-explanatory. If token X is in front of you, check if you have the mentioned component. Okay. Rewards and penalties. During the adventure, you may receive different rewards like items and silver, and penalties like fatigue or damage. Below is a shortened list of things you can gain. The full list is at the end of this booklet. Silver. Silver is the currency in the world of Dragon Eclipse. When you gain silver, place it near the Mystling tray. If you discard silver, you must return it to the silver pool. If you don't have the required number of silver discard as much as you can. When you spend silver, you must have that number of silver. If the instructions say spend 3 silver and you only have 2, you cannot choose it. Equipment. Equipment cards are powerful cards offering unique one-time use abilities or permanent symbols that help during the game in the upper right-hand corner. Equipment cards have symbols, a name, timing of when you can use it. Test may be used during a test. Anytime may be used anytime during a scenario. Combat may be used during combat. Effect describes the effect. Roguelite mark. This mark is important in the roguelite mode. Okay. It's got an RL in the bottom corner, and both equipment cards and item cards have a ripped card symbol, which indicates you must discard a card to resolve its effect. Okay. Symbols, light source, often used in scenarios where you explore dark places. Food, commonly used where you are handling wild mistlings outside of combat. Gear represents climbing equipment used when traversing dangerous terrain. Tools, a wide range of different tools can be handy while tinkering. Spend a tool immediately to resolve a chosen test outcome. Okay. Equipment rules. Equipment cards are limited to 2 at any time. When you gain the equipment, and you already have 2, you may use any equipment of the 3. If you don't immediately discard one of the cards, if you do, immediately discard one of the cards. Okay. So if you pick up 3 cards, you have to use one immediately and then discard. Okay, equipment is not assigned to Mistlings. You are not considered to have an equipment symbol as long as you have equipment. You are considered to have an equipment symbol as long as you have equipment with them. When you gain equipment, draw a random card from the top of the equipment deck and place it near the Mystling tray. When discard or spend equipment, place it on the bottom of the equipment deck. Sorry. Items. Item cards offer a variety of minor effects, such as similar to equipment cards. In terms of usage, they are similar to equipment cards in terms of usage, but they are more common with less powerful effects. Items are used in two different ways: as small, useful tools that slightly aid you in tests or combat. So we've got the test value. We have the misfortune symbol, a negative effect used during the text. That looks like a little eyeball. We'll come to that, I'm sure. Name, timing of the card, test, anytime or combat. So exactly the same as equipment. Effect describes what it does. Roguelike mark, we obviously know that's the RL in the bottom corner. You are limited to 3 items at any time. When you gain an item and you already have 3, you may use one of the 4 and then immediately discard. Items are not assigned to any Mystling. When you gain an item, draw a random card from the top of the item deck, place it near the Mystling tray. When you discard an item, place it in the discard pile. Okay. What page did it tell us we need to go to? 6 or 9? I think it was 9. Okay, test. Test is a quick push your luck part of the game that uses test values on item cards. I'm just going to take this up here. From the item deck, not the cards you have gained. Tests are used to determine the results of some of the character actions. Every test has a test table. See the test example next page. You may read the content of the test table before and during the test resolution. During the adventure, you will often find instructions to perform the test. The test outcomes may be very different, but most often they progress the story and give you a reward. When something goes wrong during a test, it may result in penalties. You use the item deck during tests. The only important information in the card is in the top left icon. So it's this. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I think I'm zoomed in as far as I can. You can see this one here, and you can see there's a little eyeball underneath that. They're the only things we're interested in when we're doing a test. To perform a test, look at the provided test table. It tells you what results you might want to achieve. Okay, so let's turn this over. So here is the test. If we get 5 or less, you eventually find a glass with a bright substance. It must belong to Olin. Gain secret 2. If we get 6, you find a glass bottle with a bright substance. It must belong to Olin. Gain secret 02. Go to script 79. So interestingly, this one will cost time. This one doesn't. If you get 7, you find a glass bottle with a bright substance. It must belong to Olin. Something else glints in the debris. Gain item 1. Gain 1 item. Gain secret 02 and go 79. So all of these are telling us to go 79. All of those are telling to get to 02. These are all saying you gain different things or lose time. If you get 8 or more, everything here is shattered and useless. Continue your exploration. You have 1 item that might be useful, glazed nuts. You are able to use these during the test, but only its effects, not the value. You start the test and you reveal the first card, rope. It has a value of 2. You decide to reveal again and you reveal ripe nuts. It has a value of 3. You decide to reveal another card. It's bottle of magic with a value of 3 with a, what did we say that token was called? I can't remember what they said it was called. Did they say it was called anything? The only important information in this card is the test value shown in the top left corner and the thing icon. Don't know what that icon is. Okay, bad news icon. I'm not 100% sure what it is. So you turned over bottle of magic, which had value of 3. Now you're total 8, which would result in a negative outcome. It's not something you wanted. You decide to use the effect of glaze nuts. Discard a card you just revealed, bottle of magic. You decide to reveal again a new item, a leather pouch with a value of 1 and an icon of eyeball. The total value is 6. Not the best outcome, but you decide not to push your luck and end the test. You remember to check the modifier at the end of the test. It would apply if it had at least 2 eyeballs. You fortunately only have 1. So you don't lose time. The time track and time explained further in the book. You place an item card, all item cards in this test, on top of the discard pile, resolve the outcome matching your results, and you gain secret 02 and go to the images page. Okay, exploring the location map. When playing a scenario, you'll be presented with the opportunity to explore different locations' maps. Each map exploration starts with a short setup using the following instructions. Open map X. Take location map book out and open, so only map X is visible. Then place the location map in your play area. Location maps show you the area you are currently exploring. Each location map consists of 1. The location. 2. Script numbers. So they're the little book icons. Possibly can't see these, I apologise. I will set up the camera so it's lower once we get into playing, but I wanted to keep the book. Maybe I can show you up here a little easier. So these little icons here, you'll probably see it better over here. There's a little book icon which has which tells you to go read something. It's got a script number in. Slots used to place AB tokens in them, so that's these little circles here. They keep track of your decisions. The time track is number 4, so that's over here. Used to track the passage of time, makes sense. Event slot, place the space for the event secret card, that's in number 5. Place secret X face down in the event slot. Set the time to green or red to Y. Find the mentioned secret in the secret deck, place it face down without looking at it in the event slot. Then take the time token, it's double-sided token, and place it showing the correct colour, red or blue. Secret is placed 5 and the time slot is set to 2. Then the adventure journal will tell you begin the exploration. To do so, choose the adventure journal and follow the exploration rules. There is no specific round or turn structure during exploration. You are free to take actions unless the adventure journal instructs otherwise. During exploration, there is only one type of action available: read a script. Read a script. Scripts are indicated by a letter and a number. You may go to and read a script visible on the map. Usually, but not always, scripts are inside booklet icons. Otherwise, they may be hidden in the illustration. Interesting. Once you start reading a script, you must follow all instructions written there. When a script instructs you to continue the exploration, close the adventure journal and return to the location map. Reading scripts is free, meaning it does not consume any time or other resource, and the adventure journal often gives you the option to leave a script and choose a different one. Search the rubble, gain 1 item, continue the exploration. Leave, continue the exploration. So we would have used time if we searched. If we didn't, we don't. If you choose the search the rubble option, you gain an item, but you also spend time. Okay? Time. During exploration, you may be instructed to spend time. This in turn will reveal event cards altering the situation on the map, or even bringing the exploration to an end. When you're instructed to lose time, if the time token is not in the last space, move it down. If the time token is already in the last space with the number 1 in it, place it on the event card. If the time token is on the event card, ignore that time progression. Whenever the adventure journal instructs you to continue the exploration and the time token is already on the event card, discard the time token, flip it and flip over the resolve the event card. The instructions in the script often instruct you to discard the secret you just drew. Whenever secrets are discarded, they are always placed back in the secrets deck. Okay. If you're instructed to lose time in the adventure journal, you move the token down. So we're going to move it down here. Once it's on there, we have to do it. The story provides hints about what might occur when the event card is triggered. The side of the time token also serves as a hint. The red, the current event ends exploration. Green, the current event changes something about the story. Might hint at what might happen, but does not end exploration. Lock and unlock scripts. Some of your decisions may unlock new options. Lock script X. Take a universal token, that's a round token with a hole in the middle, and place it on the mentioned script so that token covers the script. You cannot read lock scripts. Unlock script. Discard the token from the script. It becomes available again. End of exploration. The end of exploration ends when you encounter the end of exploration instruction. When you end the exploration, follow the steps below. Discard all secrets from the location map. Place them back in the secret deck. Discard the events and place them in the secret deck. Discard all tokens. Do not discard tokens and secrets placed in front of you. Close the location map book. When exploration ends, the adventure journal instructs you what to do next. Starting the first scenario. Now that you are familiar with the adventure rules, you can start playing the first scenario. Read the following character introduction. You are a child of Moongur caretakers, a talented pair of tamers. They are left early to serve the Queen in the south, leaving you in the care of your Aunt Christine. Your talents for understanding Mistlings manifested itself in your early years, and Christine decided the best chance in life was to travel to Careberg, the largest city in the province, and learn the craft there. Since then, you have grown to become one of the most talented tamers. Some say that you are unique based because you are the only one able to maintain bonds with two Mistlings. Your talent was noticed by the Duchess of Careberg, and despite your young age, she nominated you to be Chief Tamer when the previous one retired. You are in charge of most Careberg Mistlings, and you train other trainers. You cannot complain about your job or your life, but there's something missing. You yearn for the thrill of adventure and the satisfaction of discovery. You want to encounter more Mistlings, and you cannot stop marvelling at those fantastic creatures. Another secret dream you cherish is to encounter dragon guardians. You want to learn more about them. You wish to know if these godlike beings are as the legends depict, or are they just immensely powerful Mistlings? Maybe someday you will be able to embark on a journey to see the world. Now open the adventure journal to page 2 and go to script A0, then follow the instructions provided. So we have the app here, which should do some of that for us, but we will follow along in the book. Right, let's get some bits and pieces out. So we've got what we need. We need you. We don't need the Perilous Sea book yet. We don't need these two yet. These are the maps for fighting. We'll take those out and tuck them to the side. We probably won't need them because we've got the mats. We'll take this out and all of these and tuck you out of the way. This is the Mystling journal. We're going to need this as we go. Okay. We have our tokens. We're going to need that. And we have all of the cards. We're going to need those. I'll tuck those out of the way. Okay. Bit of a mess I've made already. We've got the Mistlings here. I'm going to put these down here. Out of the way. I don't think we need these. Those in the... Don't think we need these. Don't think we're going to need this. Let's take the lids off these. Okay. We'll tuck these up here, out of the way for now. And it told us to go to script A0. Calm Before the Storm. If you haven't read the story introduction at the beginning of the rulebook, now is the time. It will introduce you to the world of Dragon Eclipse. There's nothing in here separate, is there? Don't think so. This has already told us this. We've already read this. Don't think there's anything here that we need to worry about. Okay. Okay. A0. A0 introduction. I think I'm going to be able to press this and we'll be able to hear it. So let's see.
Careberg. You've always loved this city. Perched atop a barren hill from which you can admire a scenic vista of old forest, winding merchant roads, and low rocky hills. Your gaze finds the wind turbines, connected to the water pumps and forges. Their noise grates, but they fill you with pride anyway. You are one of the few people responsible for ensuring all this works properly. Unlike a clever duchess who rules over people and laws, and engineers who supervise the steel and brass, tamers like you train and care for the Mistlings that support the whole structure. But sometimes you feel suffocated in the city. You often wander through the surrounding forests, but that doesn't satisfy your thirst for something more. Sometimes you want to take your Mystling and see the world, but you can't. You are the head tamer of Careberg. The people need you. You check on the Wind Razer, a timid Mystling possessing tremendous power who controls the airflow through windmills and turbines. It utters a pleasant sound when it sees you. Tomorrow you will train it along with several other creatures, but today you both have work to do. For some time you show the Wind Razer how to use its powers more efficiently, and give the Mystling a little treat. Soon the turbines spin a little faster as the wind flowing through the city accelerates.
Okay, hopefully all of that sounded good. And let's hit continue. Go to script A1. A1. I'm going to use the back of this, I guess, to cover some of this up, just in case we were going to see anything we didn't want to see.
After you ensure the Wind Razer's well-being, your long workday is finished. Today has been somewhat stressful, as you and other Kheberg tamers have been checking on all the Mystlings in the city. The work is done now, however, and you can relax. You head for the Shaded Tavern, where you can enjoy the best stew in the area. Besides, today a storyteller is performing. While you walk, a prowler, a cat-like Mystling, whooshes by, its feathers spread and wind-blown. When you enter the tavern, you are enveloped by the wonderful smell of herbs. Storyteller, Ida, is finishing a tale of true love. I have 2 more tales for you, my dear folks. I can elevate you to the sky realm of the Dragon Guardians, the mighty beasts of old who watch over our world, or I can enshroud you in the darkness of the eclipse, the dreadful event that left our civilization in ruin.
Okay, we've got our first choice. Do we want to hear more about the Dragon Guardians, or do we want to know more about the eclipse? I think we're ready to hear about Dragon Guardians, right? We want to hear more about the Dragon Guardians. Go to script A16, which is over here.
Ida begins the story. Everyone always wants to hear about dragons, the watchful, mighty beings which soar through the skies, breathe pure elements, and instill fear and awe into our hearts. They are said to be the guardians of our world, each of them attuned to only one of the elements. Some people claim they've seen them, and might even be telling the truth. But who am I to say if it is so? I am here to tell you a story. The dragons, you know, are connected to the eclipse.
Okay, Gain Understanding Part 5. Okay, we've got our pencil over here. We've got our book. These are in alphabetical order, and we're going to cross off number 5. Again, apologies for that. Once we get it set up, I'll zoom in a little bit more, and we can do that. We'll bring the camera down. But just while we're going through this kind of early phase, we'll keep it at this level. Okay. Gain Understanding Part 5. Go to script A8.
A sudden tremor interrupts the story. Ida freezes with her mouth agape, visibly confused. You're also quite shocked. You've never experienced such a strong quake. Suddenly the door bursts open, and a young tamer enters the tavern. "Our Mystlings," he says, catching his breath. "They all went mad. They lash out at the machines and all the people around. The main turbine is in danger. The Wind Razer has grown aggressive." The tamer is still a rookie, but he understands what he's talking about, and the problem seems serious. If something happens to the creature or the machine, many of Kheberg's functions could be disabled for months.
Okay, we go to script A5, which is on the next page. A5, over here, the bottom of this page.
The young tamer spots you. "Oh, Chief, what a blessing you're here. Come, you must help me. I tried to calm the Wind Razer, but, well, it's a task for you. If the creature is attacking people who try to approach it, you won't be able to do anything without a Mystling to aid you. Fortunately, your companion rests inside your room on the 2nd floor. Despite living in Kheberg for years, you still don't have your own house. You run up the stairs to bring it, chased by the young man's baffled shouts. You open the door to your room, and this icon is for 2 players.
No, the player chooses the other, then the other will have a chance. We get to choose one. This says Young Ambling or Young Iceling. I think, based on us having the Young Luminesca, Young Luminesca expansion adds the Young Luminesca Mystling to your Dragon Eclipse base edition. Can be used during the campaign. Roguelike. We recommend adding the campaign at start. Sorry, we recommend adding this expansion at the start of your campaign. So Luminesca can be chosen as your starting Mystling. If you have not chosen the Young Luminesca, will be added to the random combats, a pool of Mistlings you may encounter in different parts of the game. Expansion. To add the Young Luminesca, place all the cards. We've done all of that. At the start of the second scenario, you have a chance to reconsider your starting Mystling. You may still choose the Young Luminesca. Okay, so when you start of script A6 and A7, you may take the cards of Young Luminesca instead of Young Emberling or Young Iceling and add to the tier of the replaced Mystling to random. Sorry, I'm going to read that again. When you start script A6 or A7, you may take the Young Luminesca instead of the Young Emberling or Young Iceling and add the tier card of the replaced Mystling to the random combat. If you don't choose Young Luminesca, add its tier card to the random combats. I'm going to have to read that again. When you're at script A6 or A7, that's where we are. Oh, I guess this is going to tell us what to do, right? So let's just read this as though it was Young Luminesca. So Young Luminesca Divider, take cards 62, 66, 67. This is the Young Emberling. And place them in the chosen slot in the Mystling tray. If you don't have them, read them now. Unlocked card dividers. Take one starting deck, 10 cards, and the rest of the action cards in your Mystling tray. It should have one copy of the following cards. Yeah, okay. Take the Young Emberling. Young Emberling divider, add card 65 side up, 64 B side up to the Mystling Encyclopedia. Place card 63 enemy ability behind the removed divider. Place the Young Iceling tier card behind a random card. Okay. So, are we going to use a Young Luminesca is the question. I guess we should, right? Because it does say it's going to come back later. But, potentially. But we've got it, so we may as well take it, right? So let's take you out of here. I'm just going to use this booster pack to use as a divider, right? So, Young Emberling, the fire lizard jumps into your arms and expects a treat. Does it tell you? So it says go to script A6. We'll treat it as though we're doing that. So I think it says take card, follow the steps, right? Take card divider, take cards 62, 67 and 68. So let's grab the Young Emberling for now, because I just want to see what cards match. This shouldn't be as tough as it is, right? I take it there's nothing on this for the next page about Luminesca, right? No. Okay, so I'm looking for the Young Emberling. Okay, they're here. Let's use this booster pack to keep those separated. Okay, so this says takes cards 62, 63. So 62 is this one. So that's this one. 63, oh no, take young cards 62, 66. That must be that, right? Because that's 66 for this one and that one. And 67. 67 is this one, so that's this one. Okay. Then place them in the chosen slot in the Mystling tray. You don't have to read them now. So I think the Mystling tray is this thing. I think it's this thing here, and we'll tuck these in there like that for now. Okay, this is what a Young Luminesca looks like. We're going to have to try and find the model for that somewhere. Okay, unlocked card divider. Take one starting deck. So we had that over here somewhere. Are these the starting deck? No. I moved them over here, I think. Hold on. So I think they're in here somewhere. There's our fatigue cards. These are the starting deck. Okay, so that's them. Okay, unlock card, take the starting deck and add it to the rest of the action card in your Mystling tray. What are the action cards? Are that these? What am I looking at here? Take cards and all Young Emberling action cards. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, these must be the action cards, right? So I don't know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's those and these, right? So these have got the little icons on. These are the things, right? They all go there. Then place the chosen slot in the Mystling tray. Okay, so we'll tuck those behind there. So I think that's that. Unlock divider. Take one starting deck cards. So we've got those. We just put those in there. Oh, is there something else then? Add it to the rest of your Mystling tray. Should have one copy of the following. We know it's got that. Take the Young Emberling standee and place it next to the Mystling tray. We haven't got that. Young Emberling divider. Place card 65 A side up and 64B side up into the Mystling encyclopedia. So that must be over here somewhere, is it? In the tier cards, is that what they are? Take cards 65A and 65B. 65A, and okay, so what does that look like? That looks like that. Take cards 65A, 65A side up, okay, and 64B side up. Okay, so that's those two. So that looks like these two, A and B. Okay, so you can come back over here. So that's these two, and place them in the Mystling encyclopedia. Is that what this is? Yes. Where do I put them? Where do I put them? FG 108. Is there a... There's not one that says 108, 104, 116, 109. FG 108. There isn't one. Where do I put it? For now, I'm just going to tuck them in here, I think. In 4. We'll figure that out as we go. But there we go. We've got something in our encyclopedia. We'll have a read of these in a bit, but add 65A, 65 in the Mystling encyclopedia. Young Emberling divider. Place card 63, enemy ability, behind the removed divider. That must be this, right? Yeah. So that's... What number did I say it was? 63. That's this one. So that matches that. Okay. That goes behind the removed cards. Is that what I just said? Yes. Place the Young Mystling tier card behind the random combat. So I'm going to do that with both the Young Emberling and the Young Iceling, I suspect. So I've got random combats here. I need to find them. They're in the tier section, which is over here. Not sure you'll be able to see this. I'll zoom out for a second. So the tier section is here. This is why I'm a little bit annoyed that these don't have their own divider. That would be really useful. Okay, so that's these cards, and we're looking for the Young Emberling and the Young Mystling, right? These are the extra ones that we put in here, so they're not going to be that side round. Okay, we'll tuck those at the back there. So we want the Young Emberling and the Young Mystling. No young ones here yet. Okay, young, here we go. Young Emberling and Young Mystling, right? Young Luminesca we don't do anything with. Place the Young Mystling. Okay, I think so. These two go in the random combat, so we can put those over here. Perfect. Okay, leave the Young Mystling card in the tier deck instead if it's 2-player. If both players now have their Mistlings, go to script 20. Okay. Can tuck these at the back here. I think we're okay. Let's take you out of there, and then we find the Young Mystling. Young Emberling. Emberling. Here we go. You go back in there. Okay. So what's interesting is that the app doesn't tell us to pick the Luminesca. So we'll just figure out how that goes as we go. So we can tuck this out of the way. Young Luminescas are curious little Mistlings drawn to sunny and warm places. They trust others easily, but if you hurt them, they won't forget it for years. In battle, young Luminescas charge their inner brightness and release it to scare enemies. Okay, let's tuck that out of the way then. We've got our sheet here. Where do we go? We go to script A20. I'm just going to choose the Emberling since we haven't got any. Okay, A20 is over here at the bottom. Go to script A6, we did that. Go to script A20. Follow these steps, so we've done that. Take the Young Emberling standee. Oh, we need the model, so let's find that. Bear with me. I'll just go and grab it. Okay, so we have found our little dude over here. Let's just get that to zoom in. There we go. There's our Young Luminesca. We'll tuck you over here. We'll put this over here. And now we're ready to read A20, right? Let's just see if we can get to the end of this. We're playing with 1 player. Here we go.
You and your companion follow the trembling tamer out of the bar. He leads you towards the same Wind Razer you tended to not even an hour ago. You can immediately tell that the creature is terrified enough to treat everyone as a threat, and it attacks approaching humans and even moving machine parts. To calm the Wind Razer down, you must get close to it and wear it down. You order the elemental lizard to carefully step forward with a tactic in mind. If only the situation were a little different, you would rejoice, as you don't often have the opportunity to test your skills in combat. But today, you must fight your friend.
Note, you will begin your first combat in a moment. To ease your way into the rules is in the form of a tutorial. After the tutorial, you'll be able to play the fight again without such detailed instruction. Open the Start Here booklet and follow the instructions there. You can also set up the combat using the instructions below if you are already familiar with this combat. Okay, so this is the Start Here booklet. We are currently at this here, first combat. Okay. First combat book, it will help you through the encounter, through a solo combat by step. Most rules are described below in this booklet, although you may find further explanations on the card. Okay, combat setup. Prepare the arena. Take the arena book and open Arena 2 with the one without the 2-player icon. So I'm just going to tuck this out of the way. We'll move our encyclopedia. I get the feeling this is going to be a lot of us rejigging pages. So we're looking at, not this book, that's the wrong one. We're looking at this book. Is it this one? How do I tell? This is the 2-player one. Open the book to page 2. So yeah, there's a single player and then a double player. So that's this one. But we should have that in there. I mean, we've got them. We may as well use them in the Dragon Eclipse Arena playmat. So one of these should look like this. I don't know which one, mind you. That one's 5. Maybe they're numbered in order. Maybe it's this one. I'll just keep guessing until I get it. Right, let's have a look. Is this 1 and 2? It is. So this is 2. As you can see, the ends of this are pretty curled. We'll tuck these out of the way. Right, and we'll tuck this down here. We'll get rid of this silica gel. Okay, so we have the mat. It's pretty curled up at the ends. Hopefully we can pin this down just a tad. Let's bring these over here because we're going to need these anyway. Okay, right, we've got that. What's next? Make sure it hasn't got the 2-player icon. It doesn't. Place the damage tokens, power markers, elemental tokens and condition markers next to the arena. We've got them all here. Okay. Place the arena card 35 in the designated space. Arena cards. Oh dear. Arena cards. That's these ones, right? 35. 35. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. I think that's going to be the story of this whole game. Let's move this out of the way. Right, okay. Oh, hold on. I did download and print off the errata to the game. And it tells us a little bit about some various bits and pieces. If I go here, there's a start here. Booster, page 3, booster 3, restoration cards. Page 2, 29, place all of the artifact cards. So where we were set in the setup video, we were struggling with, it's the unboxing video. This is that. Page 14. The visualization here is a mirror image. Oh, okay, so fine. Okay, great. Nothing particularly exciting there. Right. So we've done that bit. Arena card 35, map 2, we've got that. Enemy Wind Razer card. Place the Wind Razer standee in space 1 of the arena. We need to find that in a second. Take out cards 169 and 170 from behind the Wind Razer. Okay, you're at the back somewhere, I know that, because you'll begin with a W. 169 and, did I say 170? Okay, we got those. That's those there. Notice that they are double-sided. Flip card 170 over, so the B side, 169, should have the A side. Okay, done that. And follow the setup instructions. Okay. So we need to find the Wind Razer. Now, I had a bit of trouble finding the ones in here. Is this a Wind Razer? Is that you? I don't know. What does a Wind Razer look like? Is it you? I think it's you, right? I think that might be a Wind Razer. Possibly. I mean, it looks fairly similar. That's what we're going to go with. You are today a Wind Razer. There's nothing that highlights. It'd be really nice to have a standee thing that tells you where things are. Maybe there's something that I can download to tell us. Right. So, where were we? We were place the Wind Razer standee in the 1 space. Okay, all good. Take out the cards 169, 170. We've done that. We've got this. We've got these two. Okay. Take out the cards 160, 170. Place the special ability token, which is one of these, in space 3 at the top of the arena. Okay, done that. Done that. We're flying. Prepare the enemy attack cards. Use the ones without the 2-player icon. Okay, I've got no idea what they look like. They're going to be in here, I think. I think they might be in here. Enemy attack. Is that these things? Are you in? No, your equipment. Okay. Enemy attack. Here we go. Your enemy attacks. And you look like you come to here, maybe? Yeah, your corruption. Your corruption. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, I'm going to take all of these out. Okay, corruption, corruption, enemy attack. Okay, so you can go back in there. And you can come over here. Okay. we're good. Right. Prepare the enemy attack cards. Use the ones without the 2-player icon. So I'm going to tuck these out of the way since we're probably not going to use them. Unless we get told to. Okay. Prepare the enemy attack guns. The 2 with the symbol triangle. So I need one of those, and then I need 2 of these. Okay. Is there a way I can tell that from here? Oh yeah, enemy deck. So here, enemy deck, 2 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these. Perfect. I'm going to tuck these other ones right at the very beginning of this deck. Okay. So this is our enemy deck. Prepare the enemy deck. If in standard combat you would shuffle them together, but the purpose of this tutorial, arrange them face up in this order. Square is on top, then the circle, finally the 2 at the bottom. So this, and then this. No, other way around. This, and then this, and then this. Okay, we got there. Face like this. So you see the symbol, not this way, this way. Okay, this one, and those 2. Okay, at the top of the arena. They go here. Okay, right. Resolve the additional setup rule and place 1 tornado in each of these spaces. Okay, is that on here as well? Yeah, place a tornado in each of these spaces. For the tornadoes, we place them with the black side up because that's what it says to do. So that goes there and that goes there, right? Let's just read that again. Place a tornado in each of these spaces. Each one of these has that icon. Perfect. Okay. Okay, some Mistlings use elemental attacks for their special pieces. In this case, represents tornadoes. The black side of the element are used by the enemy. White ones are used by Mistlings. Turn card 170 to the A side. Place both the enemy stat and enemy ability cards 170 and 170A and 1769A on the left hand side of the arena. Just want to try and pin this down. There we go. Hopefully you can sort of see those. Again, we'll figure out a proper shooting technique once we get into this a little bit. I can move this out of the way slightly. Okay. Turn card 170 back to its A side. We've done that. Okay. Prepare your Mystling and Iceling. Place your Mystling standee on space 2. Perfect. Take out all of its cards from the Mystling tray except for the story quest card. That's you. Combat quest. I think that's you. Okay. Maybe I should have used the standard one, but never mind. Place your Mystling standee, take out all of the quests apart from the story quest, leave it in the tray, you won't need it for now. Place card 62A for the Emberling, 118 side up for the Iceling on the left hand side of the arena. I'm guessing that's this. I'm guessing that's you, right? The Young Luminesca. You won't be able to see that. I'm going to have to zoom out slightly. What happens if I do this one for now? Okay. We'll bring this up a little bit. For now we'll zoom out and I'll just do my best to read these things to you as we go. So I just need this to pin this down. You lot go there. We've got our 2 Mistlings there and then we've got this at the bottom here along with our card. So what's next? Place your Mystling standee, take out the cards, place card 62A, so that's this one, side up. For your Young Luminesca on the left hand side, place the ability cards. 66A side up, so they connect. That's this, right? I'm guessing. That must be that. 66. So I think that's that. Take the help card matching the Mistling's elements. Okay, what have we got? The sun one. Okay, you're over here somewhere. So combat cards, and then it's not you lot. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to find that one. Bear with me. I thought we had it, but maybe not. It's got to be in here, right? Surely. Surely it's one of these. Mystery cards. Ah, here. These are... these have got the icon on. These are the cards I'm looking for. They're just... It wasn't crystal clear about the icon. I don't think this has got one. Hold on. What symbol am I looking for? This one. There we go. So the water can come back this way. You can go back there. You can tuck back in here. Okay, great. So this is our light element card. We'll have a read of that in a second. We'll tuck this up here. Next, take the help card matching the icon. Set it aside with the bonus action side up. We've got that. The remaining cards and your Mystling action deck. There was another help card, right? I'm not making that up. Pretty sure there was another help card. So that's the starter deck. Ah, there we go. Combat tags. There we go. That's the one we want. Okay. Let's tuck you up here. Right. We're getting there. The remaining cards of your Mystling's action deck, you would usually shuffle these, but for the purpose of this guide, don't shuffle them. Set the deck face down in the following order. Card separated with a slash. So we want, place one copy of those cards there. So we want Sprint, Guardian Stance. Oh, we probably want them this way, right? Guardian Stance, Pummel, Synergy, Focus, Primal Shot. What's next? Primal Shot, Offensive Stance, Flaming Bite, Sap, Warmth, Lava Lash, Frostbite. So that must be the Young Luminescence one, I think. I suspect that's Light Vortex, but I'm not sure. I don't know what one that is because we've got a few of these. We've got Brilliance, we've got Bask in Sunrise, we've got Light Vortex. I'm going to put this one in. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. We'll figure it out as we go. Interesting that this makes no reference to any of the Young Luminescence thing, Luminesca thing. So we'll figure it out as we go. Okay. Okay, great. I'm going to tuck these. I don't know where I'm going to tuck these. I'll tuck these over here for now, just so we've got them. Right. Draw action cards one by one and place them in the numbered slots to the right. Whenever you're drawing cards, always place them from right to left. Okay. These cards should be from left. These cards should be from left to right. Synergy, Pummel. Oh, did I do it the wrong way around? Yeah, right to left. Synergy, Pummel, Guardian, Spirit, and Sprint. Okay, we're getting there. I apologise, everyone. Okay. Some combats have modifiers changing the starting conditions, which are usually the effect on your story choices. This particular combat also have a modifier. Take one power marker and place it on your Mistling's card. Boop. Okay. Congratulations, you are ready to start the first combat. Well, okay, there's a lot of this here. Hold on. start the combat. And then we have to enter something after that, I think. So, okay, let's flip this over. Lots to read. Resolving combat. Combat in Dragon Eclipse is turn-based. Hold on, I need a drink. Hold on 1 second. Great, okay. Combat in Dragon Eclipse is turn-based confrontation that takes place in the arena. During a single scenario, you may participate in multiple combats. Turns are taken alternatively, starting with the player. Combat can end with you losing, winning, or taming the enemy. To win, you must deal damage equal to the number of the opponent's health. So in this instance, 11. Just here. Okay, what I'll try and do is, if we're going to use this setup, I don't know whether I'm going to use the mats or the book. If we're going to use this setup, I will, I'll get some different parts of the camera zoomed in on various areas. Okay. Turns are taken alternatively. You deal, you must do health. Look at the enemy's card, Frightened Wind Razer. It has 11 health. You lose the combat if your Mystling loses all of its health. We have 17. Okay, not bad. Some enemies can be tamed, which leads to them joining your adventures, but you will learn about this later in the scenario. The Frightened Wind Razer cannot be tamed. You resolve your turn in the following order: using bonus actions, optional. Resolving an action card, using bonus actions, optional. Draw cards. End your turn, proceed to the enemy's turn. During your turn, you must resolve an action card from any chosen slot. In addition, you may gather power to perform the bonus action listed on your help card and your Mystling's ability card. You may use each bonus action once per turn before or after resolving the action card. Each slot has a corresponding number of power cubes visible above the card that you gain before resolving the card. The further the card is on the track, the more power you get. So you can see here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Each slot has a corresponding action. Okay, your first action, let's get closer. I think I read this, that to perform the bonus action listed on your help card, bonus actions, dash or move. You may use each bonus action once per turn. Okay, fine. Choose the 4th slot with the card sprint in. Gain 3 of these. So we're going to take sprint. We're going to gain 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. So we're up to 4. Gain 3 of these and place them on your Mystling card. Choosing is your main way. Choosing card is your main way of gaining power during combat. Resolve the sprint card. Always resolve the card from the top to the bottom, left to right. This cards allow you to move your Mystlings. You may move your Mystling a number of spaces determined by the foot icon. So this card has the foot icon here. It says the number of spaces you may move is determined by your Mystling's value. You can choose to move fewer spaces, so we can move 2 spaces. Okay. Resolve the sprint card as always. Move your Mystling by 2 spaces so it ends above the Frightened Wind Razer as the image below. 1, 2. Okay, we can do that. So this one's us, this is them. Resolve the sprint card, done it. Place the sprint card face up on the discard pile, the rightmost slot. Okay. When planning your turns, you consider what the enemy will be doing during his activation. You can see the intentional enemy's ability card. So let's just zoom out again. What they're saying is we can see what the enemy is going to do over here. So I'm just going to bring this down here. So based on this, we know that the enemy is going to attack. When it gets this token, it's going to attack. When it gets this token, it's going to rush and then attack. Assume rush, move towards us. When it gets this one, it's going to deal 3 damage to each opponent within range of 1 of a tornado. So we can plan where we're going to be to make sure we don't get hit by that. Special ability, blink to a space with a tornado that's furthest from the opponent. We know that this card is going to come out next, which means it's going to rush and then attack. So potentially us moving here is bad, but we don't know what rush is, so who knows. I assume rushes use its movement, which is free, so we could have tried to run away, but it still would have got us. Okay. Again, we're following the tutorial, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so we know it's going to attack. If you're not sure what the actions on those cards mean, you can find their definition on the combat tag cards. I had that a second ago, it's over here. So this says move, attack, blink, cleanse, heal, rush. The enemy moves up to its movement speed, so it ends in the space furthest / closest to you. Okay, we do now know what rush does. Right, where were we? Spend 1 energy, 1 power, to use a bonus action, prepare. Discard 1 card, you may draw 1 card. Okay, discard a card, put the Guardian Stance on top of the draw card pile. Slide the Pummel and Synergy cards. So the reason we're doing this is, well, I'll explain to us in a second. So we're going to spend 1 energy, so that goes back in the box. And then slide the Pummel and Synergy cards over to the right, Pummel to slot 4. Draw a new card and place it in 2. This should be Focus. Draw another new card. It should be Primal Shot. Okay. Discarding means getting rid of the card from the track. Do not gain any energy for it or power for it. The slot of the card you don't resolve the card effect. This is useful to think of available cards are not helpful in your situation. So I'm guessing is prepared. Discard 1 card you may draw. Okay, fine. Discarding means getting rid of. While Guardian Stance is visible at the top of the discard pile, you can't see that down here. Let me just show you. Let me just zoom out. It's got this little orange box here. While it's visible at the top of the discard pile, you have additional defense granted by its passive ability. It's one of many ways to prepare for an enemy's turn. At the end of your turn, you normally slide the remaining cards on the track to the right, but you've already done that by using the prepare bonus action. So there are no cards to slide. Then fill the enemy slots by drawing new cards. Sorry, the empty slots by drawing new cards. 1 card, as there is only 1 slot to place it in the card. Right, okay. Keep in mind that you resolve this step every time you finish an action. So we don't need to do that because we prepared, but if we hadn't have prepared, we'd have slid them up and refilled it. Okay, the enemy's first turn. The enemy's turn consists of comparing the symbol on the enemy attack card to the enemy ability card. When resolving the enemy turn, you follow these steps. They are described below. Slide cards, draw an enemy attack card, resolve the enemy attack card, check the enemy resolve special ability, the enemy's turn, and resolve the player's turn. There are 2 ways the frightened Wind Razer can hurt you, by attacking or by dealing ranged damage. Attacking occurs only in range 1. It means the enemy must be in a space adjacent to the Mistlings dealing damage. Just got to read that again. There are 2 ways you can hurt your enemy, by attacking or by dealing range. Range is this, you won't be able to see it, is this little symbol here, is a little star symbol here. I don't think you'll be able to see that, but during dealing ranged attack, always dealing that damage, the star symbol, always has a given range. Place the enemy attack card in slot 1, okay? Then look at the card and compare the symbol on it to the ones listed on card 78. So it's going to rush and then attack. We know rushes move up to the total movement, and we know the attack is going to be 3 damage. Okay. Place the enemy card, then look at the top, compare the symbols. The enemy will perform actions next to its matching symbol. You will always resolve all effects connected to such symbols from top to bottom, left to right. Rush indicates that the enemy performs a move in your Mistling's direction, but since they are standing next to each other, nothing happens. Then the frightened Wind Razer attacks. Look at his stat card, 169A. The number next to the damage icon shows how much damage he's going to do. So that's over here. It's 3. Okay. How much damage does? 3. Minus its defense, which in this case is 2. So our defense is over here, 1. But the passive effect applies to as long as this card is on top of the discard pile. And this is +2. I'm guessing the Young Emberling doesn't have defense. Let's just check. Yeah, the Emberling over here, the Young Emberling, has no defense. And that's why... There we go. So you can see here the Young Emberling has no defense. We do have a defense, so we don't take any damage. In this instance, I'm going to take the damage just to play it out the way I think the scenario was meant. So we're going to take 1 damage. Just in case it's 2, do the Guardian ability stand. Your Mystling gets 1 damage. Take 1 damage and place it on the Mystling card. We've done that. We don't need to worry about it. These tokens are so small, it's insane. Okay, flip the card face down. Okay. Check the enemy attack card check if the enemy attack card is above the special ability token. It's not. There isn't one, so the enemy doesn't resolve its special ability. Congratulations, you just finished the first round of combat. Notice that the new enemy attack card is visible, so you can predict what it's going to do. Next time, it's going to attack +2, so it's going to do 5 damage, and then do something with a leaf. I don't know what that means. It's going to do something with a leaf. We've got to be wary of that leaf thing. Okay. Play a second turn. Now you should choose attack. Choose the pummel card. So we take 3 of these, put them on here. Gain 3. Yeah, we've done that. And we'll take the pummel card. Okay. Resolve the pummel card effect. Attack your Mistling's attack is 4. That's not true. Mine is 3. And the Wind Razer's defense is 0. Put 4 damage on the enemy. We'll do exactly as it says, but obviously we're working our way around the tutorial. The numbers don't quite marry up to what we're doing. So, okay, we're going to do 3 damage. I'm actually going to just tuck these over here for now. So we're at 3. We've done 3 of 11. Resolve your Mystling pummel effect. We didn't even read the card. Deal damage equal to your Mistling's attack within range of 1. Reduce your opponent's shield. Reduce it by your opponent's shield. Discard the pummel card. Okay. Now let's move away from the enemy. It will attack with a +2 modifier, so it's better to stay away. Use the bonus action dash. So we know that this is doing something. Oh, I'm guessing I know what this is. This little earth icon is if you are an earth Mystling, you're going to take extra damage. This has got +2 on here. I wonder if I've got the wrong card. Hold on a second. I wonder if there's another one that isn't a 2-1. Hold up. That's the one we want, right? Is it the same? Maybe. I think it's exactly the same. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we found out anyway. Right. These can all go back in here. Okay, so use the bonus dash. So we're going to take one of these because over here it says dash is that. So we use one of these. Let me just grab this health icon. I'll drop it on the floor. I'm going to have to buy some health trackers or something just so then we're not using those little tokens. They're too small. Okay, now let's move away from the enemy. Use the dash from your fire element card. Spend 1 energy. We just did that. And then move 2 spaces to the right as shown below. Boop, boop. Okay. End the turn. Slide the synergy and focus and primal shot and draw a new card. Offensive stance. Okay. That's the end of our go. We're now back to the enemy's second turn. Slide the enemy attack card from slot 1 to slot 2. Place the top enemy attack card in slot 1. Look at the symbol. We already know what it's going to do. So we know it's going to attack. It's not going to move. Attack +2 means the Wind Razer would attack for 5 damage, but nothing happens since it's not adjacent to your Mystling. The Earth attack, I think it is, the plant attack, this icon represents the Wind Razer advantage against Earth plant-based Mistlings. If you were playing a Earth Mystling, the Wind Razer would perform a second attack. You can skip this. That would have been really brutal. Flip this card, face side down. We check whether it's against the 3. It's not. We're done. Third turn. The next enemy attack is going to deal free range damage. Next enemy attack will only affect your Mystling if it's adjacent to a tornado. Okay. Deal free range damage to an opponent within range 1 of a tornado. Okay. The next enemy attack is going to affect your Mystling if it is adjacent to a tornado. Now your Mystling is safe. You can attack from a distance using Primal Shot, but you can do something even better. Instead of simply using Primal Shot and gaining only 2, you may use Synergy to gain more. So Synergy says, trigger. Resolve another card from the slot. Do not gain power from its slot. And discard this card. In this case, Synergy trigger can only be resolved once per turn. Okay, so choose the card Synergy in slot 4. We get 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wowza. Okay. Resolve the Synergy trigger. Resolve the Synergy effect. Trigger means you can resolve the effect of any other card. Resolve the effect of Primal Shot. Don't gain power from its slot. The enemy is within range of 2, so deal 2. So Primal Shot says deal 2 range damage in range of 2. When you deal damage to the opponent, they gain damage equal to the dealt attack reduced by their shield. The enemy is in range 2, so it can take damage. Deal 2 damage, so 2 damage being the range, right? The enemy is in range of 2, so deal damage effect can apply. Deal 2 damage to the enemy minus its willpower, which is 0. Put 2 damage on it. So just read this again. Deal 2 damage. So this is 2 specifically. So we're going to take what were we on? We're on that. So we're going to put you to a 5. There we go. Okay. Discard Primal Shot. We've done that. And then discard Synergy. We've done that. End of the turn, slide focus and offensive cards so they are to the right, and reveal the next 2 cards. Okay, we got this. This isn't too bad, right? Flaming Bite, we've got Light Vortex. Don't know whether that's why it is or not. We'll figure it out, because obviously we know that these cards aren't matching because we're using a different Mystling. Okay, enemy's 3rd turn. Slide the enemy attack card from 1 to 2. We've done that. And we'll take you. These are the wrong way round. We'll put you here. Okay. Slide the enemy's attack card from slot 1 to 2. Place the top enemy attack card in slot 1. Look at the card. Your Mystling is not in range 1 from a tornado, so the effect does not apply. Retreat means the enemy will move away from your Mystling until it's using its full value. In this case, you decide where it goes. Do that now. So it's going to move. How much is its movement? Its movement is 3. So 1, 2, 3, I guess. No, it probably would have. Was it here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll probably go here or here. We'll put it in the one with the thing. Right. The Mystling is not in range 1 from a tornado. Retreat means it uses value. Flip the thing card face down. Oh yeah, these are supposed to be this way around because I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay, flip the triangle card face down. Since there is an enemy attack above the special ability card, resolve the Frighting Wind Razer special ability. It's listed on card 170, so that's over here. Blink to a space with a tornado that's furthest from your opponent. Since there is an enemy attack card in the special, let's do that. Place the Frighting Wind Razer in the rightmost space with the token, as it's the furthest one from your Mystling. Well, that's not quite true, is it? Oh, I think that's what they were saying about flipping the image. I'll do it anyway, but I don't think that's quite... Oh, no, we'll leave it over here. I think that's what it means, right? Because I think they've flipped the image round in this scenario. If we were here, this might be the one, but... Okay. Take all of the used enemy attack cards and place them in discard pile, slot to the right of numbered slots, okay? So these will go over here, right? Because they are discarded. The player's final turn, that might be interesting. A new type of card has appeared in your slots. These are Mystling specific cards that can be used by the corresponding Mystling. They have an effect matching their specific element and the playstyle of the Mystling. The enemy is far away and you want to prepare for ranged abilities. Depending on your Mystling, on which Mystling you're fighting by your side, you can use the combat in many different ways. Your Mystling special ability is expensive, but you may have managed to collect enough power to use it. So mine is elemental bonus action. Is that the one? Oh no, it's over here. 4. Fading light. Deal 1 range damage in any range for each brightness token you have. Discard 1 brightness token. I don't have any of those. I'm going to follow the Fire Emblem or the Mystling ones, and we'll come back to this because this is very much geared up for something that we're not using. This down here, gain 1 brightness icon. You may spend 2 to gain an additional brightness icon, attacking range of 2. So yeah, we've got things we could do, not in this instance. Okay, the enemy is so far away, prepare for a ranged attack. You've used power. Play this turn yourself to finish closer to the enemy and use your special ability to defeat the enemy. If you're not sure how to do it, achieve victory, turn to page 15. Hint for the Young Mystling, try to use flow bonus action. That doesn't help us. If the enemy deck becomes empty at any moment, gain 1 fatigue. You know what? We'll just do it ourselves, right? We'll figure it out. So we've got an effective offensive stance, gain 1 power. This passive effect applies as long as this card's at the top of the discard pile. It's going to give us an extra attack. We've got Light Vortex, so let's just put a few things together. Elemental bonus action. 1 energy, 1 power, exchange. Deal 1 range, pierce 2, in any range, gain 1 damage. So we can do damage to ourselves to do that. Okay, we have over here, Light Vortex. Gain 1 brightness token. You may spend 2 to gain an additional brightness token. Attack in range of 2. So we won't get in range if we do this. Then we've got... we might just end up missing this thing loads. Then we've got over here, special ability, 4. Fading Light. Deal 1 damage, deal 1 damage in any range for each brightness token you have. Discard 1 brightness token. So let's do this, right? We're going to take this card. We're going to use the Light Vortex. So the Light Vortex says gain 1 brightness token. That's this one, right? Spend 2 energy, power, to gain. Oh, we should have got 2 anyway. So let's put those back on because we'd have got 2 from playing this card. Gain 1 additional brightness token. You may spend 2. Oh, so we would have got 1. We can spend an additional 2, which we would have done, but we've just got another 1. To gain another brightness token. So we've now got 2 brightness tokens. Attack in range of 2. There is no range 2. What we can do is we could have done a bonus action, 1, 2, to move. We could have done that before our go. I think that says that somewhere. I'm not sure where. You may use a bonus action. So we can't use move twice. So we'd have done that after our thing. Prepare, discard 1 card. You may draw 1 card. So if I put this over here, and then I do a bonus action to prepare, which means I can put offensive stance on top. I can move this along, put this one here, and put this one here. And that's the end of my go. Right? He's not in range. Deal 1 damage in any range for each brightness token you have. Discard 1 brightness token. So if I were to hit here, I don't think this applies. This is this icon. Attack. Deal in range 1. So I think this is if we're attacking them and they're standing next to us. It's a different symbol. Appreciate you can't see this. So offensive stance has +1. This passive effect applies as long as this card's at the top of the discard pile, but this is melee combat rather than range combat because there's a different signal, I think, because the range symbol is different. So he's not in range. We could do this, deal 1 damage in any range for each brightness token. So we'd have done 2 damage and then we discard 1 brightness token. Let's do that. So that's 2 damage to this thing, is up to 7. Okay, we can't do anything else. We can't do anything else. That's us done. It's now his go. We're going to move this over. It's going to do the same thing again. 3 damage if you're in range, and then it's going to retreat. So that's move 3. Probably 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. None of these gets it any closer. We'll move it here. Doesn't really make any difference. This is the same as this in this instance. Okay. If the enemy's deck becomes empty at any moment, gain 1 fatigue card and place it on top of your discard pile. Okay, we can do that. Fatigue cards are not removed after combat. They are stuck in your deck for the duration of the scenario. Can be removed after either playing them during combat or in-game. Okay, ignore gaining fatigue during the first combat. Great, thanks for that. You're learning the ropes and you shouldn't carry it over into your new game. Reshuffle the enemy discard and create a new attack deck. Okay, that can go there, like so. Right, back to us. We've got focus. You may discard another card. Desperate attack. You may gain 1 attack to do 2 damage. You may gain 1 damage to do 2 attack. When you gain damage, place the indicated number on your Mystling. Okay, we've only got 1 at the moment. Hit and run. Attack -1 and then move. We don't want to do that. Blink. Place your Mystling in any empty space within the mentioned range 2. I think it makes sense for us to take blink here. So we're going to do that. That means we don't have to use one of these tokens. So we're going to... I haven't got an attack really, have I? I can do this, which is again going to do 1 damage plus another 1 damage. We don't do a lot of damage here. We do not do a lot of damage. Okay, how about we take one of these and use it to move, right? Then we'll do this. Desperate attack. You may gain 1 damage to attack +2. When you gain damage, place the indicator. Fading light, 4 energy, deal 1 damage. Oh, so this should have cost me 4 last time, I think. This is 4 energy, fading light, deal 1 damage in any range. For each brightness you have, discard 1 brightness. So I think that should have cost me 4. This doesn't seem massively worth it, but I'm sure it will get better. So I've got this. I'm using this. So I'm going to gain 2. So we'll put those over here. So we've now got 3. Gain 1 damage to attack for +2. So we're attacking for 5 when you gain a damage. So I need 1 damage. But we are doing 5 damage to this thing because it's right next to us. When you gain damage, place it on the indicated number of your Mystling sheet. That's fine. So that goes over here. But we have done enough damage to kill the Wind Razer. Nice. If you manage to do enough damage to defeat your opponent, congratulations. It's time to follow the instructions on the arena card. Look at the bottom of the arena card. End combat. You have 1, so you can go to script 26. Let's have a little look. So end of combat, go to script A26. Lose, go to script A30. Now it's up to you if you want to continue to play the scenario or play this combat again on your own, which we highly recommend. If you do follow the steps instructions from this guide with 2 changes, shuffle the enemy attack deck to create a random attack deck, shuffle your Mystling's action cards. Let's do that. I'll do that again, but I think I'm going to do it off camera. If I learn anything new, if I struggle with anything, I'll let you know when we come back. But I'll do that again without all of the you have to do this, you have to do that, and then we'll come back and we'll pick up the next part. I'll be right back. Combat, all good. Went okay-ish. We took some more damage this time, but we were just trying a few things. I think I maybe used some of these cards slightly wrong. The Young Luminesca's attack card, whichever one that is, the Light Vortex, actually says gain 1 brightness. You may spend 2 to gain additional brightness. Attack in range 2. I don't know if I did that last time. And then we can add, for 4 more power, we can add 1 damage in any range to it. And then over here, if we wanted to, we could add extra damage and gain more damage. So we are hurting ourselves to do that. But we've done it. We go to number A26.
The Wind Mystling stops fighting, and you approach it to place your hand on its semi-corporeal arm. It looks into your eyes and lets out a poignant wail. It suddenly cowers in shame and rushes behind the turbine, wedging its flexible body into a dark crevice. It seems the crisis is averted, for now. You sink to the ground with your companion, both panting heavily. The Wind Razer was fast, and the struggle took a toll on you. You should be enjoying an evening meal now, not fighting your protégés.
Okay, next up we have to Wind Razer Divide card, add it to the Mystling Encyclopedia. That's over here, Wind Razer. That's this one, right? 171, 174. Okay, let's take all of these out, and we will just tuck a booster pack in here so we don't lose our space. There we go. 174 we said. 174A. Here we go. I don't know where these go in this pack, but there we go. We'll tuck this in this one, I guess. Don't know why they've got different numbers. 4, 3, 9, 8, 16, 15. I'm not sure what's going on here. Something slightly amiss by that. Okay, so you're in there. Heal 6 from your Mystling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your Mystling's bruising aren't as bad as you thought. Okay. Choose one. Try to calm the Wind Razer's nerves. Focus on the situation at hand. Okay, look, I think this is a really good place for us to leave this. Let's tuck these back over here. I think it's a really good place for us to leave this. We'll pick this up again with the main intro into exploration, I think, is what comes next. So we'll have a bit of a tidy up. We'll get back to where we're going. Let me know if you spotted I did anything wrong. Next episode I'll put out tomorrow, so we don't have to wait long to go into it. I might even put it out straight after this one, just that this video has been going on for quite a while and we've still got a load more bits and pieces to do. So we'll have a look at that. I think we're halfway through the book. There's not. So we're now coming over here, some bits about 2-player rules. Oh no, we're 3/4 of the way through, right? We're over here, adventure tag. So I suspect we'll learn as we go. Then we'll take a break and I'll read the full rule book. As a tutorial, this wasn't too bad, I don't think. We can tidy some of these things up, but we get to focus on the situation at hand or try and calm the Wind Rader's nerves. I'm not sure which one. We'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe button, follow us on X, do all of those things. Follow us on TikTok and Insta, where we put out shorts of unboxings and everything else. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, we'll see you again soon. Thank you.